What's up, everybody? Joker 1014 here. I don't know if you guys remember this person. If you're my age, you definitely will remember. Um, Backstreet Boys, all of them. Um, I just happened to come across this today, just a few minutes ago, actually, and it's shocking. It's shocking. And the reason why I want to do a video about this is because um, well, I will explain, but first I'm going to show you guys a quick little glimpse of who I'm talking about.
Developing news tonight in Lancaster, where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
Yeah, the troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life. Chris Wolf is live for us in Lancaster. He's got more on this, Chris.
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man. It's the tragic death of a young performer, and now family, friends, and fans around the world are suffering the loss. Singer, rapper, actor Aaron Carter is dead at the age of 34. Carter's close friend.
All right, everybody. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we need to do videos about. We need to do videos about the things that matter in life. You know, everybody, now it's going to get dark because I'm walking out to my garage so I can have some quiet. So it's going to get dark here in a sec. Well, now. So let me go in here and turn on some lights, and then I will talk. And like I said, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we need to focus on. And what drives me insane is you have people going after each other on YouTube, and we're missing what's actually going on in the world. I grew up listening to that kind of music. Nick Carter, Backstreet Boys, all of them, NSYNC, all that, right? You got NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. What other boy bands were there? I can't remember all of them. I just remember NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Those are the only ones I can remember. But everybody knows who Nick Carter is. Everybody knows who Aaron Carter is. Aaron Carter, the story he was telling about his life, he went through a lot of shit. And then he ended up becoming famous because he was in that famous world because his brother and stuff. So he never really had to get out there and see what the real people like us work every day. He grew up in that environment. Well, when you grow up in that environment, you get introduced at a young age. You get introduced to pills, all kinds of pills, Xanax, acid, and shrooms, and heroin, meth, cocaine. Dude, this poor boy is only, what did they say, 34, I think. And he had a real bad drug addiction. He did. He had a real bad drug addiction, and then he became sober for a while. Well, he said he was sober for a while. He went to rehab, got sober, started interacting with his family a little bit more, trying to make amends with his family for all the bad shit he did in his life. and he pushed a lot of his family away. And a lot of record labels and stuff took advantage of him and stuff. So he had it rough. So I know some of the history behind Nick Carter because I that's just something that catches my eye, and I will start following it, and then I start learning about those artists or movie stars or whatever. If something catches my eye, I will follow it. Just like Michael Jackson, I followed him. Tupac Shakur, I followed him. Biggie Smalls, followed him. Like I did a lot of research on all these people because they all had the similar backgrounds that I had. So it caught my eye. So I was sitting here at home, had a lot of things going on, sat down for a few minutes, flipped on YouTube, going through, and then I just happened to see something about Aaron Carter passed away or something. So I looked into it. Supposedly over the weekend, what I have seen so far is supposedly Aaron and his woman got into it. I don't know what they got into it for. I'm still doing a little bit more research, but Aaron Carter got into it with his girlfriend, and something to do about drugs, and he fell back to his old ways. She ended up leaving. When she left, she called 911 to see if they can go and do a wellness check on him because she tried to get a hold of him, didn't get no answer. His mom tried to get a hold of him, didn't get no answer, so they called 911, tried to send someone over to check on him, and they found him unresponsive. That's what I got so far. I'm doing more research. I just wanted to hop on here and just say, this is what we need to be focused on. You know, the addiction. Not the arguing back and forth from channel to channel to channel, you know, and people trolling our channels and shit like that. It needs to stop. We need to figure out what's going on in our world. We need to come together. We don't need another platform where we can start arguments and argue with each other and go after someone who's famous, but they're not famous on TV or the radio and shit like that. This is what happens right here. This is what happens when someone's going through addiction. They turn their life around and something triggers their mind on, you know, they're pissed off, whatever, it triggers their mind, and then they go out because they have the money to go out and get what they want, and then they OD. Then they die. And this is what I'm saying. And this is the strongest message I can get across. If you know someone who's going through recovery, do not turn your back on them. Even though they did wrong. They did so wrong to you. They pushed you out of their lives. Now they're going through recovery, and they're coming back into your life, and they want you to forgive them. And yes, sometimes it's hard to forgive how bad they treated you. But that's your friend, that's your soulmate, that's your relative, someone that you was close to at one point. And the reason why you stop hanging out with them is because they got into the drugs. They got into the alcohol. They got into the partying, and that's all what they did. And then they got addicted to it. And then they turn around and finally wake up and it's like, man, I don't want to do this no more. I want to get clean. And then they go off and get clean. Now they're trying to turn their life around. Then they turn around and something happens where someone passes away, They get in an argument with their wife or boyfriend or their girlfriend or husband, whatever. Something happened where it triggered something in their head to turn around, go back to the streets, get what they want, even though they've been clean for 3 months. Like right now, I can, if I would, and I've been clean for a while, if I go out right now and get something off the streets and turn around and use, it probably kill me because my body's not used to it no more. So I would think I'd be using the dose that I was when I was out doing this shit years ago. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? But anyways, you guys know my point. This YouTube stuff, what's going on the YouTube right now, needs to stop. We need to focus on what our channels are meant to be focused on. Mine is focused on my story, my recovery, what's going on YouTube. There's some good, some bad, but that's what we do, and I focus on cars. That's what I want my channel to be, and this is how all channels are, and somehow all these channels get drug into someone's bullshit. And it needs to stop. We just need to go back to focusing on why we started our channels. I don't know if this message will get across to anybody, but deep down in my heart, I feel like to all the families I met and friends I met on YouTube, we all are trying to do the same thing to stop what's going on YouTube and stop the bullying and all that stuff, because if not, this is what could happen to us. Someone can get pushed into going back to their old habits, and next minute we know, we're doing a video about them. So please, please, if you have an issue with somebody, talk it out with them, send them an email, whatever. Fix the problem, be done with it, go your guys' separate ways, whatever. I don't know what happened to Aaron Carter. All I know that he passed away over the weekend, and Aaron Carter was a recovering addict. He used drugs ever since he was 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. He said, I don't know if that's true or not, but me, in my mind, I think he started using drugs when he was 16 years old, and he's been using ever since. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, he got clean for a couple years. Something like this happened over the weekend where he got pissed off, went back to doing what he did, and it killed him. Now he's gone. So please, if you know someone that's going through recovery and they did something wrong, yes, I know it's hard to forgive, but they need you. No matter they're doing good or not, they still need you. If they're having a bad day, they pick up the phone, yo bro, this is what's going on, whatever. They still need you in some way, just to talk to, whatever. But with that being said, to all the Creek Squad, to Upchurch, to Johnny Gobble, to Progressive, Captain Kurt, to everybody that I made friends with, Ismic, even though we all don't talk on a daily basis like most of you guys do, but I still look at you guys as family. And if anybody knows, anybody on my channel, my subscribers, if you guys know someone's going through recovery, please be there for them. Because if not, I'm not saying Aaron Carter, some people love him, some people hate him, some people, it is what it is. Me, I grew up on the music, around the music, because my sister did, and I'm older than she is. I'm telling you, I'm going to be 41 here soon. That tells you what kind of music I grew up on. So with that being said, just remember, stay positive, stay true to yourself, and always remember to help the person who's going through recovery, or if you think they need to get help, try your best to help them. They can only help themselves when they want it, but there are people out there who will do certain things to show certain signs that they want help. Just pay attention to them. With that being said, Joker 1014's out. Much love. Stay positive. Just stay positive. We all will get through this, and this YouTube shit will stop hopefully here soon. Much love.